Hello, I am Billy Crump, and today I am at my personal favorite place on earth, the Grange in Spotsylvania, Virginia. Two beautiful tracks, the sunny side, the dark side. Today on Clash, you're going to see the dark side. We've got four magnificent players. We've got the player that has scored the highest rated round in the history of our sport, Brian Skinner, and he did it on the course we're going to be shooting, the dark side. We got the people's champ, Brian Schweberger. We got the man from Michigan, Al Sugar Shack, and we got the legend where I'm from in Charlotte, North Carolina, and one of my mentors, Stan McDaniel. Oh, this is going to be sweet. Let me show you why this is Billy's favorite place on earth. Come on in. Well, we're here at T1. We got four great players. We're gonna flip and see who the partners are. Let's see what happens. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Let's see who's with who. Oh, we got an odd man out. Team Trim.
But it's unity.
Team Trim, odd man out. Schweberger looking for a partner. Oh, we got an odd man out over here. Purple. Who's purple? Al Shack, Brian Schweberger, Brian Skinner, Stan McDaniel.
Good luck, sir. Chevy. Sir.
Jackie. We got BKS, ASS,
Sugar now, come on up. I'll get in the middle, and the voice will carry fine for the,
and
and this be 15, 20 seconds, something
We're
quick.
Team Jen. Yeah.
Well, I think that.
Wax on
Well, I'm here with the other team. We've got one of my mentors, Stan McDaniel. We've got Brian Skinner, and in case you don't know, we started doing ratings a few years back. The highest rated round in the history of our sport, Brian Skinner, on this track. You're gonna be able to pull some of that stuff out for us today, man?
You know, I'm gonna try. A lot of good shots to do that, but we'll see what we can do.
Now, you shot 13 down here, tournament conditions, and what was that round rating?
It's 11-15.
11-15.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna try to pull some of that out. Stan, you're playing this course blind, I believe. So we got, you know, a guy that knows it really well and a guy that's going to hold on and try to find the lines here. You guys got a team name you come up with or anything?
What, your team, Jen? Well, I'll go with Team Icehouse.
I'm good with that.
Team Icehouse versus Team Jen. This is the clash on the dark side. This is going to be fun.
Woo! Nice. Come on, Cricket. Get out there.
Well, we're at hole one. Lucky enough to have my buddy Barry Schultz with us. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning, Billy. How you doing today?
Well, this is a 280-foot hole. Pretty much straightforward and indicative of what we're going to see a lot today, semi-tunnel.
Well, just like Stan, this is going to be my first time here. I'll be doing the Darkside blind, and this is what I would like to pick for a first starting hole. A nice challenge, but not something you have to throw hard on. I like this. Nice rock shot.
Well, it looks like Team Jen's going to be on the tee first. Let's see how they handle it. That's fun. I'll tell you, I still got feathers I can find where I was under this guy's wing for so long, Barry. This is the owl shack. And man, he is just a quality player.
Original road warrior. Doesn't get nervous under any conditions. Excellent shot when he started.
That's right.
Yeah, Al actually tutored Felberg and Avery, who are known as the Road Warriors back in the day, and he's been out here forever. We're lucky to have him. Here's his partner, the People's Champ. Your partner a lot of times, that's Brian Schweberger, man.
Another guy that likes to have fun out there. I imagine he's probably throwing a rock. Not liking it.
Yeah, but he'll like picking it up and going up there and putting where Shaq threw it. Yeah, now one of my good buddies, longtime friend and a mentor, Stan McDaniel, and he's going to play this thing blind just like you're going to look at it blind, champ.
Sometimes that can help you out.
That's a little hot.
Looks like it's sneaking through, though. They're going to have a
Little putt from there,
a look for a putt there.
Well, you know, his partner told me that it didn't really matter who he got paired up with, because he felt like he had the advantage. This was his course, and the highest rated round in the history of our sport. You've got to feel good. That's not a good start, though.
Well, he probably felt that his partner was up there, so you know, he's probably not liking it, but a little bit of nerves maybe. He's excited just to get on this course. Confidence is everything.
Now, let's move on down the fairway. Nice. The Stan shows me a plug there. I like to call it the beginning of a disc. Some love from our buddy Wise Cup.
That's a nice little team perk that we give to some of our traveling buddies out there.
Well, this is maybe 45 feet, would you say, somewhere in that range, a little uphill. It's a tough putt to start the round.
Yeah, but a challenge is always a good thing. You want to see if you can step up. Ooh, good bid.
Little right, and Skinny's going to have to make this, or they're going to go a stroke down on one, because Sugar is absolutely parked.
I imagine he's probably been in this spot before and has made this putt before. He'll find his happy spot and hopefully put it in.
Oh, tickle, and they're going to take the back seat right off the get-go, as Sugar's going to come on in, and looks like he's going to tap his in. He is sitting right next to the bucket.
Go ahead, Sugar.
Come show it to him. Well, you can see there, that's a relatively easy putt. That's the putt we're looking for from the tee. Now, Skinny and
Can we mark with bags in the clash?
Stan will walk back over, and yes, you can. He won't know if he can mark with bags in the clash, and Stan's got his putting fluid flowing early this morning, Barry.
Well, he's out here to have a good time, and I'm sure a good time will be had.
Yeah, we're going to move down to hole 2. That's hole 1, and a beautiful start hole. It's an indicative hole of what we're going to see the rest of the day. This is the Darkside, baby. Well, we're here. This is hole 2. Uphill right off the tee. We're probably 85 to 100 feet off the tee where it crests. 384 feet. And Barry, you're standing in the alley that's a pipe dream. I mean, what are you seeing from right there?
Well, this is the line to the basket as far as unobstructed, but the gap here right off the tee where we're standing is much smaller left of this tree than it is on the right side of the tree. So I'm sure some of the guys are taking that right side route, but they'll have to do the Plinko factor on the right side. This is a tough basket to get to because it plays more than a 380 uphill, and all that tree action the second half of the hole. I got to think a par is good here, but there probably is going to be a deuce or two as well in the tournament.
We're going to get in position and turn them loose, and this is a tough hole. If you take this right side over here, you are definitely bringing the Pachinko effect in. And I'll tell you, if you go down that gut, you really got to have it hold the line for a good 384 feet. Well, here comes our boy BKS, the People's Champ. Looks like he's lining up a thumber, Barry.
It's probably the easiest shot for him to hit the gap and assure his team a 3-shot. Probably looking for the 100-foot up shot.
Oh, look at the flare up. He missed this tree we're near by mere inches, and that's up there, but he's still got a tough upshot.
He's going to have some jail factor to navigate through to get to the basket. Let's see how his partner can do.
Sugar takes the pipe dream.
Look a little.
He's staying clean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're looking for.
Sneaky good is always effective.
Well, you can see this is playing every bit of 400, maybe 15 feet. That was a really nice shot, and he's every bit of 60 short from where we're standing.
They will have a look, but we'll see if there's any trees in the way when you get up there.
We'll see if they're, well, they're going to send the blind man. Stan McDaniel hasn't seen the track. He's going to go up first. I guess he's asked Skinny for the line, and he's just going to throw it.
Well, at times when you don't know the course, you just kind of see the shot, throw the shot. Don't get too complicated on it.
Oh, that's looking good. He's pured the pipeline as well. Just needs to sit down. Oh, nice kickback right there.
He got a little Scooby roll back in the fairway. He'll probably be 70 or 80 feet short right in the middle.
Well, Skinny, yesterday we were out working on some positions, and he threw this thing past the bucket yesterday about 15 feet, Barry.
Well, confidence is everything, and if you've done it before, you know you can do it again. So I'm sure he's looking for that left gap, confident.
Oh, and he has really pured it. It's a little high. Got the nose up there. That's going to hurt it some.
But he hit the gap, 100%. Hard not to get that nose up with the uphill factor.
Good shot here. We're going to move down and see what the end result is. Hole number 2 here on the dark side. All right, looks like they're going to take stands here. Skinny sort of has it over into the edge of the woods.
Yeah, I was over there with Skinny, and we both said it was garbage. You know, it was a short garbage. It was only 60, 70 feet, but definitely not much there. So they'll take the distance and take the open shot here.
Oh, well, there's a green light to run at it. I'm going to say they're just a little over 100 feet. Pretty straightforward up shot, but with your partner laying there, man, you really want to try to draw some metal.
Well, I tell you, as the first time here, that basket is 30 or 40 feet further back than I thought as we walked down the fairway here. It definitely plays more than 410 or 420.
There's a lot of these holes out here. Good line, but he's going to come up a little short. There's a lot of these holes out here that are deceptive, and that's good course design. We're going to move over here now as, our boy's got the cough going already, and he, that's just a nervous cough for him, and he loves it. He really thrives.
That's usually a good sign for Brian if he's coughing like that. And he's been here before, so he's got to feel confidence too. They're looking like probably in the 90-foot range. Little sneaky hyzer, maybe a little flick shot. We'll see what they can come up with.
Well, Brian has the capability to hop putt from 150, so going to the knee from 90 feet. This is going to be all arm, all wrist. This is going to be tough.
Well, this is the shot you practice. When you start getting good, these are the shots you have to practice.
He looks like he's just planning on the layup, looking there, and going to try to turn sugar-free.
Yeah, Sugar's probably got a couple different shots here. Maybe go for a chain run. Looks like he's probably setting up for the flick.
Good call.
And aggressively. It's a little short. Good line.
There's a good example. When you see the shot, you know what you want. He just got right down there, and he took it. We're going to move on down to the green here, having a little fun at the Grange. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward here, maybe 12 feet, something like that, and no point's going to change hands on this hole.
I'm thinking this is about all they could expect on the tee pad. Easy threes.
Illegal moving of the stick, Stan calls. Schwebby declines and says it was behind. The jostling going to start, and again, just pretty simple three. But I tell you, in tournament play, you would love a simple three on this hole, Barry.
Absolutely.
We're going to move over to hole 3 and let you take a look at that one. Well, we're here at hole 3. This is one deceptive hole, Barry. It says 248 feet. You're going to think a putter maybe coming in, but this thing actually plays quite further.
Well, you have these mounds that the basket is raised on, and from the tee pad, it looks like it might be on the first mound, but as you walk up here, it is definitely not on that first mound. It is a good 70 or 80 feet past the first mound, so it's going to play well over 300 feet, I believe.
Well, Skinny definitely has the advantage, and I'd say Schwebby and Al Shack know this hole as well. We'll see how Stan tackles it. And this is hole number 3. What another beautiful hole here. Team Jen's going to hold the tee, and again, this is really deceptive hole. And back in the day, this is one of my favorite places, or my favorite place on earth. And that mound, Barry, had 2 discs set up, and it was a nose coming out with the tree, and it was just really a nice visual when you were standing on the tee. We've had some erosion, but the hill is still in play.
Well, this is probably going to have to be a must-deuce for the doubles here.
Oh, that was just sneaky. Hit one little tree. That's not really a birdie putt there from over there.
He only missed by probably 4 or 5 feet on that. It didn't quite get all the way down the fairway.
Ain't no pressure.
I did see some higher branches when we walked on the fairway a little bit, so they might be stopping it.
This is probably a leopard, I'm not sure, but he's wanting it to go straight 248 feet up there. I know that. That's a good looking shot.
Left side, opposite of his partner. He's up there about 30 feet. Should be a good look.
Now, Team Jen looking good right now. And they're going to stay with the same format here. They're going to send the blind mice up first, let him see what he can do, and then Skinny's going to attack. And this is a hole Stan can see, and I think Stan will make a good shot here.
This is the type of hole that Stan would design. If you don't know that Stan's a designer, you're missing out. Come down to Kakalaki and check him out.
Not the best of shots there from Stan as he turns on it, but again, I agree with you, Barry. This is one of Stan's tight design holes, very deceptive. And let's see how Skinny handles it.
He needs a good shot here to keep some positive juice flowing.
Oh, that's Hauser. That's kicking over. And these guys could be a little nervous. You know, Skinny's never played on the Clash, and Stan's done some commentary, but he's never played on the Clash, and they're going to need to get them nerves down.
Well, maybe the ice house was a little too much for the boys last night.
Well, Stan anxious to put this thing up there. He can certainly see the bucket now, and he can see that this thing is behind that second mound. The deception is now gone. He's just going to have to make a good shot.
And he's got to step out here, you know, probably 120, 130 up the hill. This is another shot that you have to practice. It's tough to keep your balance, but I think he's going to pull this off.
Yeah. That's a good look. Oh, beautiful. He has turned Skinny free to go at it. They like it. They needed a good shot.
He may be old, but he's got some skills.
Well, we're thinking that maybe they only had a 12-pack each last night, and then Rob Zillis said that probably wasn't enough because Team Jen put down 2/5 last night, and them boys are just having a ball out here. That's a little low.
Skinny being aggressive.
Not a problem, though, as they've got the tap in. We'll move up and see exactly what Team Jen's got left as Schweberger fanned out left, and we think he's inside the circle. Well, this is a definite birdie putt. They're inside the circle's edge there, but a little scraggly between them and the bucket.
Yeah, they got 25-footer with a little bit of creativity, a step out or a kneel down or something here. Sugar thought he probably made that. Let's see if Schwebby can back him up.
Well, they get that 2-stroke lead here through 3 holes. They're going to be real relaxed and start putting on a good show for us. Not that they aren't now.
Nicely done.
Nice big deep breath there as they card yet another birdie, and Stan will move on in. He'll tap out their par.
Come on, guys, give us
And
a
that
break.
is hole 3, a deceptive hole here at the Grange. And just a little whining going on by Stan, not too bad. They tap their par in. We're going to move around for hole 4, get in position. The Grange. All right, hole number 4, 358 feet. And this is a tough little hole. Green runs away from you. What are you seeing, Barry?
Well, I'm seeing another slightly uphill shot. It's going to play longer than that, but it looks like you have to throw the flip-flop shot as a right-hander, backhanded thrower. But the basket is really got some dangers around it with trouble long, so you don't want to hydro at the end. So you really want to throw that straight flying disc for the finish, much more so than the start. So I would say a mid-range or short-range driver, leopard, starfire, rock, something like that for these boys.
Good buzz road?
All right, coming up on the tee, Team Jen. And this hole really suits your eye, I can tell.
It sure does. So far, all these holes have really suited my game well. I'm disappointed and upset I'm not playing, but still going to see some good golf out here.
Well, they've got Schwebby on the tee first.
With a 2-stroke lead, kind of surprising.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right out of his hand. He knew it was bad, and that was an explosion.
It looked like his tempo was a little bit off on that one. He's a real slow, deliberate player, and he's a little fast on that.
Well, we can't call that the billy tree because that's the second tree to the right off the tee pad. So,
A little pressure on the
oh,
shoulder.
that's got some juice on it.
It is finishing off to the left, but it's not long in the basket, so it's not going down the hill. That should be an easy 3.
Well, and there's that trouble you're talking. You're throwing uphill, and you've got to keep the nose down, and that's a difficult shot.
It sure is, and have the disc be straight and straight at the end as well. It's a difficult shot to pull off. A well-used disc is
Come
needed.
on, baby. Get into a rhythm.
Stan asking his body to let him get into a rhythm, and that's a good-looking shot right there. If it'll just hold it, he's running out of juice too big.
A little bit longer than the previous shot, but still should be an easy 3. Maybe a step-out shot.
Well, this is right in Skinny's wheelhouse. He loves this shot. He's probably got hundreds of birdies on it. I'm looking for the shot we thought we were going to see from the first man right now.
This is the time to step up. Pick up a stroke.
Well, that's a little right. Oh, he's into the tree. He's just not into a good rhythm yet. And we're looking at some up and downs, and it's a dangerous little green. We're going to move down and show you how this thing runs away from you.
Let's see if a stroke can change hands here.
Well, we've moved down, and I'll tell you, after a demanding drive, this is a demanding green.
Well, uphill start to the hole, downhill finish to the hole, dome with the basket, and they have some looks at it, but if this was singles, you'd have to put this underneath the basket. But being doubles, they're going to be aggressive here.
Good little sidearm, but they're going to be 30 feet maybe or so down that hill. Schweber's coming to take a look now, and we may see him lay up with a 2-stroke lead. I don't know.
No, they're right around the circle's edge. I got to think with doubles, they got to feel they can make that putt, so he should be aggressive here.
Yeah, I just heard him say 25 to Sugar, and he feels like, I'm with you, he's going to go for this.
And I think Skinny just threw on the gauntlet there of giving him a time frame. He only had 20 seconds there.
Oh, nice. So maybe Skinny is relaxing a little bit, loosening up, starting to have some fun. We know he can throw some shots out here. 14 birdies on this track in a tournament, slowed down condition. And you haven't seen the holes yet, but they are indicative of what we're going to see. So are you impressed, Mr. Schultz?
Well, not that each hole is impossible to do, but to be able to do all those tunnel shots repeatedly during tournament play, like you said, which is so slow, is impressive.
Well, those guys have got themselves an opportunity for a pretty easy up and down 3. Schwebby rolled to the side of the hill. He's probably inside of 20. And they've got an open look here. They need this putt really bad.
I'm surprised with that 2-stroke lead. They weren't more aggressive with that second shot here. Stan's another 6-7 feet closer than Schwebby was. A little more wide open of a look, but they also have the depth behind the basket if they go metal free.
Well, Skinny doesn't get to travel much, but he's been putting at least 100 putts a day for the last month, and I think his putting game is definitely on right now.
Well, I think players want to play their best when they show up for a clash, so the pressure he puts on himself is probably more so than he feels from anybody else.
It's a good-looking beard. Oh, the old man just takes the drive and the putt, and they're going to move on to the next hole, cut that deficit right in half. We'll stay here as Schwebby comes over to tap his in.
Nice skirt you got on there, Schweb.
Senior moment.
Oh, as he dogs Schwebby a little.
I had a low ceiling.
What?
I had a low ceiling.
Whatever,
I had no line
dude.
at the basket.
Schwebby's got 3 excuses for you there. Those were premeditated excuses as he does a little curtsy for us. And he's only about 15. He's going to tap that in. Bag on par. We're going to move over to hole 5, and boy, we're not having any fun at all. Well, we're at hole 5. Again, 302 feet. You look at this thing on paper, you're thinking, oh, I got me a little rock, I'll get me another birdie. This is a tough hole, Barry. Uphill, there's a ditch, and then again, when you get to that green, it runs away from.
Uphill start, downhill finish, a little tight little corner off the tee. You have to navigate a flip-up shot or maybe a forehand shot if the righty has that shot. Again, uphill and then downhill. It's a tough combination. You really have to know your plastic to pull these shots off.
Well, we've got the first time that Team Icehouse has taken the box. So let's see if they can step up and try to get another stroke back here. Team Icehouse on the tee. Well, Stan, the blind mice, going to come up to the tee again. They're going to stay with this format. And that big putt, that's got to turn him loose right here. He's got to be feeling good.
Okay.
You know, got to get the juices flowing. Got to feel good after that wishy-washy start. Let's see if they can keep it
shut up and
rolling here.
throw.
Well, I think he's on his second ice house this morning. It's about 11 o'clock, and the putting fluid is obviously flowing there, Barry.
Well, he hit the first
Gotcha,
gap
Billy.
coming at us.
That's a tough upshot there as that got away from him. You've got to put enough juice to get it up over that hill so you can crest. That's where you can get in
I
trouble.
don't throw any more
You need the
height
flippy
than that.
disc so it can perform what's needed in the second half of the
I
hole.
thought I
But
had good height.
you got to hit the gaps in the first half too. It's a tough one.
Well, and it looked like they might have had some dollars on him trying to hit us, so he might have to pay because we're pretty quick. We got out of the way. Now here's Skinny.
Beautiful looking shot, flipping up nicely.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Get it. Come on. Get it.
Oh, as he almost aces this. That was beautiful.
A little sneaky on the right-hand side of the fairway, but man, it was within a foot or two of hitting chains.
Well, Team Icehouse has found the proper mixture because those boys are flowing now. There's Sugar.
Another nice flip-up shot through the trees.
Oh, that's putting right there, Barry.
That's outside the circle by 5 or 10 feet, so they'll have a look. Downhill putt.
The Coffin People's champ. And up a thumber now. He's going to have to throw this thing about 340 to get it there, but he's absolutely got that.
Well, he's going to pull one of these off today for sure. Is it this one?
Little tickle there. Oh, and that is beautiful. He's going to get inside of his partner. That's just not fair.
He landed on the upslope of the ditch, so he got a little bit unlucky. He should have had more skip, but still a great shot.
Very nice.
Well, you know, they were about the same, Sugar and Schwebby, and they're going to take Sugar's here. Downhill putt, maybe 45 feet.
Well, Schwebby was blocked by the tree a little bit on the right. Sugar's got the open look. Got to be aggressive here.
Oh, tickle on the left side, and that thing's going a good 25 past. Got to come back uphill.
Well, I think Schwebby's still going to be aggressive here. You don't want to lose back-to-back strokes.
Well, and that basket's a good 4 or 5 feet below him. This is one of those runaway putts that you've really got to be delicate with.
Got to get up.
Oh, and that's the danger. That didn't roll down the hill. They should be able to get up and down for their par, but here's a chance right now to tie the match back up.
Well, looks like Skinny has found the rhythm a little bit more. He's got himself a little 35-footer here for Deuce to catch another stroke. Maybe two if Team Jim can't make that 25-footer from Sugars.
Well, they're setting up here. What do you think this is, Barry?
Looks like it's just outside the circle, maybe.
Uphill, though.
Uphill. Stan, they had the putting factor from last hole. Let's see if he keeps it going, and he does. Another stroke picked up.
Well, Billy can tell you that's one of his old putters. My mentor gets all my old putters, and he gets a lot more birdies with them than I used to.
Well, I thought they'd take Sugar's upshot, but I guess Schwebby's was a little bit closer here.
Well, maybe he's past those trees and they're not in the way, because it looked from our vantage point that up, and certainly not in the way as he just pures it, and we've got an even match through 5 holes.
Wow, who'd have thunk it?
Good drive, Skinny. What's up, guys? Rob Zilla here. One of the favorite places in the world, Spotsylvania, Virginia, the Grange. Sunny side, hole 1, getting ready to play a little golf. Y'all want to play along? slip. Keep going. Woohoo! Big two.
Bandy, get a shot. God, I thought that was going in.
No.
Well, we're here, we're standing on hole 6, 295 feet. Hey, and not an uphill tee, straight downhill. This is one of my favorite holes. This is what I call a true rock shot, Barry.
Well, this is a beautiful looking shot here from the tee pad. You can choose whatever your favorite straight disc is and go with it. I'm really liking what I see so far. Really Wisconsin type golf. I really got to take my hats off so far.
All right, hole number 6, Team Ice House. Making a surge, man. Them cans must be getting cold in the cooler because they are coming on strong. 295 downhill, and I mean, you know, would you take the straight route or would you take that left route? Just a little flex of Anheuser. What do you see?
I probably would take that little anti-flex route. I guess the foam is finally settling on the ice house here, and they're getting into it.
Yeah, here comes the putting machine. Putting fluid is flowing all through him. And I know Stan likes a hole like this because I've played a lot like this back home in Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, that's a little early. Oh, just a little early. And he was trying that anti-route.
He sure was. I'm sure that was a Stan McDaniel, San Marino rock.
He calls them Stan Marinos, FYI. Well, here's Skinny now, and Skinny may have a dart. You know, he is really working the dart. He and Al Shack both are really working the dart in their back.
I know they've thrown it for upshots. It's a straight flyer.
He has just missed the tree that Stan hit. He's got down, and I'll tell you, that's more than a crack in the door. That's a wide open door for the next team here. And I'm looking at Team Jen coming up. Brian Schweberger on the tee. Oh, looky there, looky there. He's got a hook thumb here for us.
Nice.
Well, he'll be going down the right side a little bit to give this thing room to work. Oh, that's money, Barry. It's
Getting down by the bucket, and it settles nicely, just a little bit long, 20, 22 feet.
That is what you want to do. If you boys have never thrown the thumber, Brian played tennis in college, and he says that it's just like a serve.
Well, the disc is a lot thinner when it's up and down versus flying normally, so you can get by these woodsy areas.
Oh, Al Shack with a nice shot. He just usually pures these kinds of shots, Barry.
A little sneaky right, catches some cabbage, but no worries, his partner's under the bucket.
And we're going to let them come down to us now. Certainly looking to take the lead back is Team Jen. This is hole 6 on the dark side. All right, I don't know. What would you say this is? Maybe 90 to 100 feet? Oh, yeah.
He's got to work it right to left, either a flick or a hyzer. Looks like he's going to do a step-out flick with a putter or approacher.
Oh, that's twice he's thrown right at us. He said that was so ugly. And a little fluffy, not a very good shot there. I'm not sure if Skinny's sidearm, but being from Virginia, I can tell you he knows how to play in the woods.
Well, I'm sure he's got enough experience where he can do just about any shot standing still. Inside 100 feet, you should be able to do this standing still, so.
Well, all these guys lucky enough to be a member of Team Innova, so we will see exclusively Innova discs today. And here's Brian Skinner. Much better angle.
Much better. His partner wasn't so bad, but that's a lot better to be underneath the bucket.
And you can see there, that's a dart that he threw that little sidearm with. We'll move down to the green now and see if the big boy, the people's champ, can finish off his thumber. Well, we got Schwebby wandering over. I thought that thing was going to hop in, big bro.
Man, it felt good on the handle. Halfway there, I was like, oh, that could go in and jump in, baby.
A little left side action right there, but a 2's a 2. No room for comment on the card.
In is in.
Sugar just loving it as they take the lead back on hole 6. We're going to move over to hole 7, show you another beautiful hole here on the dark side at the Grange, Spotsylvania, Virginia. As Stan doing a little artwork, as Skinny taps in, that par will cost them a stroke on the teams. And just another beautiful hole here at the Grange.
Left side of that tree.
All right, we're here on hole number 7, 419 feet, and this is legitimate par 4, Barry.
Oh, this is going to play all of it. Not only is it long, but it's tight. There's many, many trees in the second half of the hole here. A turnover shot with a stable disc is probably preferred. We'll see. A deuce is possible, but not probable. We'll see what Skinny can do here.
All right, we're going to turn them free here. This is hole number 7. And we've got a 1-stroke advantage right now by Team Jen after Schwebby's big thumber. So they'll be on the tee box. All right, they've sent Sugar up first, and these kind of shots definitely suit Sugar's eyes.
Sure do. He won't bite off too much. He'll try and just throw a calm shot.
Oh, that is pure as butter.
It's down the middle.
He's got skipped, that edge will give you the flare. He skipped just to the left near Holly, which could give him a little trouble on their upshot. But they're liking it down there, and I think Webby's going to turn it loose.
Got to be aggressive.
Try and see if I can get a little late turn down the left side. Little action.
Schwebby is known for being able to throw a 400-foot one-step, so helps him keep that control in an alley like this.
Ooh, heady. Headland.
Taking a little more time than usual here. I don't hear the cough. It's usually not a good sign. Missing.
Oh,
I had a feeling.
The no cough was not a good sign, as that's the 3rd time Barry and I have had to jump.
I wanted to go the other way.
You might have heard the motorcycle go by. This property is 57 acres, soon to be 65. This is the only hole on the course where you will see other humans that live on this planet. Other than that, you are in total seclusion.
Going to Wraith. If he didn't, he probably should have.
Oh, they do not want that. He is in between 2 hollies and barely off the tee.
Well, I'm sure Brian would have liked to have his partner in the middle so he could be more aggressive here, but he's played here so many times, he'll probably just play his safe driver.
Now, Skinny has, I don't know if he's two'd this hole yet or not. Actually, the 13 under the 1115 rated round, he bogeyed this hole.
Come on, kick out.
So oh, and look at the love. That's how you get the kick.
Oh, the homie bounce back to the fairway. That looks like an easy 3 there.
Well, he actually bogeyed this hole in his 13 under, guys. So
Revenge.
here we go. They're coming on down the fairway. Hole number 7. We're more than halfway down the fairway, but Sugar's kick was not friendly.
This is what separates the average pro from the average Joe out there. Being able to get up and down from a situation like this.
Oh, my big brother's lining up a knee thumber. He's just going to try and get this thing hot and get it up in there.
Nicely done.
Put a little quisenberry on that. If you bring that thumber down to a sidearm angle, it'll take that 90-degree right, and boy, did he make that look easy.
Practice makes perfect on that one.
Well, now Sugar turned free. His idea now is maybe get inside of Brian, but Brian's only about 12 feet. He's just behind him.
There's really no line to be aggressive on that shot, so.
Different here as Skinny got the homie kick, and he's put that thing back out, and they're right in the middle of the fairway. It's actually a little mushy from all the snow we've had. Glad I got my Milos on today. Didn't have to worry about that walking through there. Waterproof, mud-proof, and disc golf approved.
And Skinny can putt a long way. So he might be able to putt this, probably in the 100-foot range.
Well, and Stan, he's going to pull an old glow putter out. He's got 3 of mine in that bag, so there's a chance it is one of mine. And this looks good, Barry.
Come on, get down.
Oh, just by the flag flashes through, and that was a rhino.
Wow, a little surprising. Well, it looks like a pig there, Billy.
Oh, that is right. Stan loves the pig.
That's an uphill shot. He was aggressive with it, and he's only 25 feet, so Skinny should be aggressive.
It looks like he's lining up a sidearm here, Barry.
Wow. Ring it. Oh, looks like he got some lock on that one.
Homie knowledge is always key.
You know, back door, didn't even think about it, but, you know, he's been here so many times, he knows that's there. Wow.
There's a dart in the basket for an easy 3, and now Skinny's gonna go back-to-back darts here.
Wow, don't see that every day.
That's a couple of easy 3s. We're gonna move over to hole number 8. Well, we're here at hole number 8. Another beautiful tunnel shot, slightly uphill, 316 feet, Barry.
I'm telling you, I am just licking my chops here. All these holes are really suiting my eye very nicely here. I feel like I'm back home in Wisconsin. This is one of those shots you can't miss left, you can't miss right. It's simple, but not easy.
Well, it's 316, but it's going to play about 340, so we're going to see him have to reach back just a little, and that will bring some of these trees into play.
Drivers always bring in a lot more trouble, and they will be throwing drivers here.
Looks like the people's champ, my old travel buddy, my big brother, Brian Keith Schweberger on the tee, and he really loves this place too, Barry.
I'm sure he gets to throw his leopards a little more than he does elsewhere, so gotta like it. I heard a cough. It's a good sign.
Oh, that's a frozen rope.
Beautiful looking shot. You get the clap.
Ace me.
Maybe 12 feet left. That's going to turn Sugar free for an ace run on this tough little hole, and that's what you want as a partner.
Not the hole you think you can maybe get an ace or ace run, but any chance is a good chance, I guess, right?
He's going to try to bocce him there just a little shorter. They'll be picking up that 30-footer.
He could maybe sell that to the other team if he wants.
Well, they may need it. We'll see what happens here, because they certainly need a great shot to keep up as Team Jen jumped out to a 2-stroke lead, gave it back. They've got a 1-stroke lead, and if Skinny and there, oh, that needs some speed. I think that's plenty close enough, Barry.
Looks like it's just on the circle's edge in the 35-foot range. You gotta think that's good for these boys.
That's a tough shot with the pressure on. Now he's taking the pressure off of Skinny, so maybe we'll see a nice relaxed move here.
I think it's kind of obvious that these guys are getting into a little rhythm a little bit more after those first couple holes and feeling like playing some golf. Coming at us.
And there's number 4 right at me and Barry today as that bounces right down behind us. Looks like that was a wraith that was ineffective, and they'll be moving up to Stan's putt. Hole number 8 here. That beautiful tree you see leaning in the fairway, the basket is actually about 65 to 70 feet past that, and it gives the illusion from the tee that that's almost under that tree. So another beautifully designed hole here by Mike Trapasso and 10 Men Ben. Well, they're going to use the stand drive skinny putt method here.
Wow, that is surprising. Air ball.
Well, I like to say air ball.
Maybe that's why Stan has been putting first.
Well, Stan loves to putt, and he's one of the best putters. One of the reasons I was a great putter, and let's see if he can just back it up right here.
Money. This is going to be money right here.
Wobble, wobble, pick it up out of the basket.
Every time. Every time. Not bad for an old guy.
You don't win 3 world championships if you knock over 25 footers, baby.
Upside down.
Great, great deuces.
Upside down dart as we move over to hole 9. That was one sweet hole. Very deceptive, and now you're going to see a hole that if you don't get, it could change the attitude of your round. All right, here we are at hole 9, and this is one of those holes, Barry, that if you don't get, it can change your attitude and your round. 171 feet, just a little uphill.
Well, it's awfully inviting there uphill. You can see the whole basket, but it's awfully skinny as well. So pick your favorite straight disc, approach, or mid-range, and hopefully get the deuce.
Well, we've yet to have a clash ace. This is a great opportunity, and we're going to turn them loose here. Should be Team Jen still on the tee. It is, and Sugar's up, and I believe that's a dart in his hand, Barry. He must be in love with those things.
Well, it's a straight flyer.
A little. Still putting.
Looks like they're stuck around the circle's edge.
Want to get a little closer than that. I'm not sure if my big bro's going to throw a baby thumber here or not. I certainly enjoyed trying that. And,
Sure is.
oh, yeah, he's looking for his 3rd thumber ace ever, which will leave him 8 behind me.
Well, he's looking to land probably 15 feet short of the bucket and Scooby on up in the air and grab some metal. See if he can do it.
Oh, as he goes by, splashes up. They're probably going to take Sugars because of that is in jail.
They're about the same distance, but Sugar's going to be wide open, and Schwebby will not.
Well, just a 1-stroke lead after Stan made that sweet putt. And, oh, this is right in the old man's wheelhouse, 171 feet uphill. I think he's got this in him.
This is the kind of shot that he could make in his sleep, I'm sure.
Oh, that's trouble.
Not what he was looking for.
Well, that's not on the inside the circle. Him and Skinny having a little
Probably
banter.
that Billy Rock he wasn't liking earlier.
He did not like it earlier. He could take it out of the bag. I heard you offer him for it, so we'll see what happens with it. And there's Skinny.
Oh, a little early.
Oh, and
Oh, no fluke factor there. They're going to have a tough 50-footer
Long
for
hole.
deuce.
Very
they've
tough.
got an open putt, but they are twice as far away as Team Jen. And that, again, is just a bad mistake. And that's what we're talking about. Easy little hole. You don't get this thing in tournament play. It could be 2 or 3 holes before you get over it. All right. This is an absolute must get. They're about 50 feet. It is open, a little uphill. But these are never gimmies.
Well, you think Skinny's going to redeem himself for the last couple shots and putts? Let's see.
Oh, just off the left tray, and that is pretty much a tiki hole, what they're playing. A little wider, a little more forgiving, so.
It is, without the lights or the spinning basket.
Now, if you don't know, we've got 3 courses here on the property, 2 beautifully well-manicured 18-hole professional courses, and then a course laid out by inches. The tiki course, we'll show you some of that. And here's the man, Stan. He's already made 1 long putt. This would be huge, Barry.
A little bit of breeze picking up. Got to enter his mind a little bit.
A little high, never really had a chance.
I tried to keep it low.
And that is going to give that 2-stroke lead right back to Team Jen.
Can you imagine if these guys would happen to not make this putt and nobody would deuce this hole in best shot doubles with these guys?
Wow,
He's
and
saying something, you know?
And that could change the attitude of those guys right here because, you know, they've already counted this, you feel.
You got to think they have, but that's a mistake. You got to go through the process. That's why you have a routine. So every shot's the same.
Looks like Schwebby definitely went through his full routine there. Oh, little left side. And now it's all up to a pink dart.
Now watch this. Sugar's going to see the shot, throw the shot. Take no time. Never does. Gather himself in the chain.
Sugar thrives on pressure, and he really thrives on the crowd. The final 9 was always his biggest show.
How about you?
Short hole out here, 171 for the best players we can find, and we got a couple of pars.
You never know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we watch.
Man, that's golf. We're going to move over to the back side. That's the front side here. We've got a 1-stroke difference. You're at the Darkside in Spotsylvania, Virginia. This is the Grange. This is my favorite place on earth, and this is slowly becoming one of Barry's favorite places, I can tell you now. As they tap in, they're going to move on with a couple of pars.
Shortest hole on the freaking course.
Yeah, Schwebby is not happy. They've got smiles on their faces, though. And
Stupid little short hole.
tough little hole. As we're going to move over to the backside here and let you guys see some more beautiful holes. Not a lot of 171 footers here.
Riding along upon this gossamer ride, bleeding from the heart to the outside. Making up your mind, it's where the art really is. Art can be art, can be art, can be art. Art can be art, can be art.
Well, we're here on hole 10. We're going to defer to our Grange Open handbooks. And this is 307 feet. And you can see us from the tee. We're in a direct 90-degree angle with the basket. And how far you say that basket is from here, Barry?
Well, according to the book, we're 166 from the tee pad, so we're left at 140 range to the hole. And it looks like it might play a little bit less than that. But this is the tree that we're standing next to right here is the tree you got to avoid. Either just outside or just inside. The higher the better from what the locals are telling me here. I would have thought maybe a low skip shot, but they're telling me the high shot is the one here.
Let's see how they attack it. We've got us a 1-stroke match here off the front 9. The flags on the backside here at the Grange are blue, so you'll be looking for the blue baskets. Let's turn them loose. All right, looks like Brian Schweberger is going to step up on the tee and play in here quite a bit. It is the high shot that seems to be the easiest to penetrate. But if you tick anything, Barry, come down right in these hollies, you are in trouble.
Well, it's got to be a high soft shot to get left enough by the basket. So,
oh, that's early wood. That is not good, and they hope they get to pick that up.
they sure do. That's going to be a tough par from back there.
Well, they had a 1-stroke lead coming off the front side. We had a lot of jostling there. And I'll tell you, if they don't have that game tight back here, it'll be evident very quick.
Oh, that looks like it's nice. Maybe a little speedy.
He touches a little something, but they're gonna have a hot putt, maybe 40 feet.
He was a little strong, but he fluked through some of the trees, and he's up there for a look.
Well, that's indicative of the way the hole's played by the locals. You see, the higher it is, the safer it is. There's a lot of hollies down here on the right and the left side. Stan's chose a direct rally. He's gonna pull it off.
Look at that, a little Scooby to the bucket, nicely played.
Well, we had positioned ourselves in front of this basket, not sure if the guys could reach it. Brian Skinner threw one past the basket in practice yesterday, and Stan just parked that.
That was a beautiful, little early, probably out of his hand, but it worked.
Oh, and that's got a nice angle of hyzer on it.
Oh, he hit the deep trees.
Got this little wood, but he's got an old man pulling him around here, and they're gonna go up and take that putt. And Schwebby disgusted with his shot. We're gonna let him come down this hill. We're on the backside at the Grange in Spotsylvania, Virginia. All right. You know, for a kick and a little high, this thing here will work.
Yeah, just outside the circle. Hopefully they can grab a deuce.
Never a doubt, never outside the bucket. They don't want to relinquish that lead, and I'll tell you now, the old man, Stan McDaniel, he has absolutely parked this thing.
As guys are getting into a rhythm, picking up the seriousness a little bit more when they're over their shot, playing some golf.
Yeah, Skinner's going to come up as the old man stands on the trail. Skinner tells him he'll get it. And that is a pair of twos on a tough hole where we had a pair of threes on a 171-footer. Game of golf is something.
You never know what's going to happen.
That is kind of ironic. Oh, my God.
Well, this is an infamous hole. If you've ever been to the Grange, you know about the fish hole. You'll see Barry and I standing here right next to the gong. There's a 315-foot anhyzer. Nice slow ante on this run, Barry.
It's definitely a late turner. I would say the forehand is the shot if you have that 300-footer in your bag. If you don't, a turnover disc for sure.
All right. It looks like we've got Al Shack here.
Coming at us.
That's a little tight. That's early.
Should be the easy three, but they want to look for the deuce.
Well, Schweberger, not really a thumber hole. Can't get it back right quick enough. He's got a shark in his hand.
I would think so. Maybe a leopard as well.
That's a little wide, Barry.
A little Mac of love there.
Definitely got him going in the right direction. He's probably 60 feet from the bucket. They may have an opportunity.
A little sneaky chance for a deuce. Should be an easy three from over there.
I'll tell you, back in the day, about 15 years ago, I learned how to throw an anhyzer on a hole very similar to this in Charlotte, number 14 at Kilbourne. I expect Stan to throw this just like butter on a hot roll.
I'm sure Stan likes to have 3 or 4 or 5 holes like this per golf course to force the righties to do what he just did.
Oh, just about a foot right. Instead of being parked, jail.
Yeah, he missed by 2 or 3 feet, so it wasn't that bad of a shot, but not rewarded like he would have liked.
Brian Skinner.
Let's see what happens. That's a little wide. Sneaky good.
Well, that filtered through for a look as well. That's going to be about a 50-footer. Nobody seems to want to jump out and just take the commanding lead. This is the beautiful fish hole here at the Grange. Well, it looks like they're 60 feet away, and they've got a chance here. This is another tiki hole.
They've got a firm, aggressive line, and they've got the step outside step line. Looks like we'll see one of each here.
Yeah. Oh, that's money.
Oh, elevator going down in the bucket.
Stan called that right out of the hands. That was a 60-footer.
Guess we won't see one of each there. Nice hit, Skinny.
As he drops the 2, and now, as they catch him, the pressure goes right back on Schwebby and Sugar Team Gin. They might need a little tonic for this shot.
I think Sugar's going to do step off forehand here. I got a good feeling about this. He's going to grab some metal here.
He's actually going to do the putt. He's able to straddle out enough and get it. That's even bigger advantage.
Stay up. Oh, he did get some metal.
Well, that's a big putt there by Skinny, and now the pressure's really on my big bro, Schwebby. He loves these kind of putts. If he got a free hop, oh, and there we go. The cough is on.
That's always a good sign for Schwebby. Going to the knee, looks like the same line as Al chose.
Well, they're about 10 feet closer. They're roughly 50 feet, a little downhill. And if he's got an open line, he's going to give it a run. No, he didn't like it. We got a tie match on the fish hole. And now we're going to move over as we let him finish out to Billy's favorite hole on the course. This is another beautiful rock shot downhill coming in.
So we're getting a nice crowd following us too here. It should be fun coming down the stretch. See what happens.
Well, we got a tie match here. Moving over to hole 12 as Schwebby's going to tap out with a dart there at his foot. Skinny already in the bucket. And we're all knotted back up at the Grange. All right, we're over one of Billy's favorite holes, hole number 12. This is 300 feet downhill, but not quite playing that far, Barry. What are you seeing?
Well, I think it's another stupid hole out here. Straight, fairway, clean, clear, stupid hole.
Yeah, Barry's a little upset he's not getting to throw these, but I'll tell you, they suit his eye, they suit my eye, and I can tell you they suit these four players' eyes out here. Hole's going to play, according to Skinner, about 260 to 270. It's downhill. We're going to turn them loose as we're all knotted up on hole 12 on the dark side. Well, Stan McDaniel on the tee first. And I told him how much I liked this hole, and he looked at it and just smiled and said, another beautiful shot. And that looks good, Barry.
Sure does. Miss it. Oh, just missing about 4 trees on the way down.
Little stump action there. Course designer love as he's left himself about 10 feet right and opened up the gates for Skinny.
You always wonder why these course designers leave stumps in places. It's because that's where they throw it to.
Well, here's Skinny now. Skinny said this was certainly not the easiest ace hole, but it was a chance. And, oh, that's got some hyzer coming out. One of those easy shots to pick up as he tried to work a putter, it looks like.
Well, it's one of those where you have to choose between mid-range and approach disc because it is so far downhill.
Now, here's Schwebby, and it looks like he's possibly got that shark back in his hand. He could be putting this thing out with a touch of hyzer and just letting it work. Oh, that's worked too quick, too fast.
He's getting through nice, though. And a little Scooby love there. He's putting range 50 foot, 45.
He is certainly going to have a look, but that's not the shot they're really wanting. And I know Sugar loves these shots, so I'm expecting, oh, that's beautiful, right down the heart, Barry.
Oh, that looks great. Getting the hole. Oh, little fall off.
Again, he's hit something that's left him right there next to the bucket on the green. We're going to have a couple of nice birdie putts on a beautiful hole here at the Grange, hole number 12. Well, we got Sugar moving in here, and this is a certain two.
Yeah, little 20-footer. Oh.
Can't take anything for granted, and we'll see if we hear a cough.
There you go, partner. Partner play.
That's why it's doubles, he tells him, and easy for Sugar to let that go as they card the birdie. They move on to the next hole. It was a beautiful drive. Stan going to come down, and well, I'll be darned, that's a Billy rock laying on the ground. That is a 1982 Stan Marino from Columbia, South Carolina. I used to love that thing, and it's netted Stan a birdie. We're going to move over to the next hole and see if we can keep it rolling. We're all knotted up through 12 holes here at the Grange. All right, we are at hole number 13. 318 feet downhill back up. A nice little rock sculpture there by players in front of the basket. Tell me what you see here, Barry.
I see a wide open, very inviting hole that says "Deuce me now." So another stupid hole.
Hole number 13. We're all knotted up. Barry letting the jealousy come out in him as he is really enjoying Billy's favorite place on earth. And he's only seen this track. There is the sunny side. He's seen a little bit of the tiki course. And about 15 minutes away is this epic place called Hawk Hollow. Spotsylvania, Virginia is a place you guys want to put on your list. Come to the Grange Open in May. Come to the Virginia Team Invitational. If you can get in, the waiting list is 2,020 right now. And this is a special place. All right, we've got them ready to go. We're on the tee of hole 13. Stan McDaniel on the tee. And Stan has this distance in him. This hole's going to play about 340 to 345, Barry.
And he turns it over nicely. This is coming back.
Schweberger hollering for it to hit the rock formation and roll backwards. I can hear him. And that's another park job by the old man.
Purple Wraith comes through again.
Well, Skinny certainly has enough to throw this well past the bucket. He could be trying to make an ace run here as they want to do something special and shake Team Jen up. Oh, that's highs right out. I'm not liking it.
Well, if you're going for ace run, you have to have something stable to get around the trees by the rock statue. So,
and just a fine line to miss that shot as he had a good move. All right, here comes Sugar.
Turns it over.
Oh, that's hooking up quick.
Up there outside the circle, 40 feet.
And that's about pin high there, so they're going to have a level look. Let's see if Schweberger can challenge that little rock foundation up there and get it inside Stan. As the old man has shown them the way, they just can't seem to follow.
You gotta like the chitter chatter and the banter going on between the players here. We're really picking up the energy level as we get close to finishing the round.
Oh, now that's got some angle on it if it'll just hook up, and it does. Little quick.
Good looking shot, just hits one of the trees a little bit short of the bucket.
Well, that's going to be a tester putt, about a 30, 35 footer uphill. We'll move on up and let you see it. Somebody's got to take control of this match as we're on hole 13 at the Grange. Well, they've actually chosen a longer, more straight open putt. This putt up here looked pretty inviting, Barry.
Well, for a straddle putter it did, but neither one of these guys are straddle putters, so they chose the wide open putt. Oh, 2 inches too low.
I think the lip might have even got over the front of the tray and then ran backwards. And there's that uphill coming into full effect.
Outside the circle as the Schweby's stepping it off. Definitely outside the circle.
And uphill, I'm looking for the hop here. And they need this.
Cough or two. Come on, give it to me. Give me the cough. Give it to me. Not even one.
A big deep breath, but no nervous cough. Not a good look, not a good sign.
Good stuff.
And boy, he is really going through his routine.
He stopped and didn't start over, so it may have cost him. No cough.
And we got Stan up here about 8 to 10 feet. And Team Icehouse throwing some shots, getting themselves right back where they want to be. Tap in birdie.
Seems like every 2 holes we get a point changing hands here.
Now we're going to move over now, and we're going to show you another beautiful hole, hole number 14. Very similar to this, but completely different. Very similar to this, but completely different.
Off the lollipop. That close. Just get some Grange love. One time. That one was that close. I'm gonna dial it in. Woo! Boy, that wasn't a kind kick. But I got that Grange love. Well, now we're coming up to my favorite hole on the course, hole 14, Sunnyside. I just got 2 in a row, really, really close. I'm gonna put this one in. Come on, baby, you can work it, huh? Are you? Oh. Damn it. I couldn't do it. Well, this is the shortest hole on the course, and also I think the hardest. You get the most variety of shots on this hole. Backhand, flicks, rollers, tomahawks, anything, you name it, you will see it on this hole. Shortest hole on the court, Pachinko. "20-footer, perfect." Pachinko! Got pimped Daddy City. Right in the agua water. 35-foot putt. I'm making it for the 2. Woo! That was the Sunnyside. Hole 18. My favorite course in the whole world. The Grange, Spotsylvania, Virginia. You can't miss this if you come by. Most beautiful place. Offers 2 courses, tiki, pool, jacuzzi, friendship, like Trapasso, one of a kind. Can't beat it. Best place in the world. Come on in.
Well, we're here at hole 14. We've left the tunnels for these couple holes, and this is another beautiful valley shot. Downhill instead of uphill this time, Barry.
Yeah, it plays about the same distance as the last, a little bit straighter. Looks like you want to force the right side of the fairway on the first half of the hole and hope you don't hyzer out too much.
Well, this hole says 350, going to play a little bit less than that. Last hole said 318, played about 340. We'll see how they tackle it as Team Icehouse, Stan McDaniel, Brian Skinner on the tee. Well, they're going to continue with the 3 blind mice rule. They're going to keep sending Stan up first. And, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing because he's a guy that sees his own lines.
Absolutely. He's not going to be surprised or shocked with anything out there that he sees, being a course designer and a skilled player.
Well, that had a lot of speed on it, and it just needs a little hookup.
Forced the right side, like I was saying, but didn't quite hook up. Still got a look, though.
Well, that was just close to perfection, and he's about 50 feet away. Skinny needs to get inside of that.
Looks like the common place is to hyzer out and be in those little bunkers on the left there.
I'm looking for Brian to drop the hammer down here on one of his home courses here in the end.
Nicer. That is hyzering out into that bunker area. Oh, some homie love. Check that out.
That is a double homie kick that we've got here for the skinny man, and that's a park job.
Always a great feeling.
Schwebby now looks like he might be between discs there. He's made his decision now. As long as he's confident and sticks with it, this should be a good shot. Oh, that's a little lower, significantly. He needs a skip.
Needs their skip and slide, and didn't get much of either.
Really had some anti-lock brakes. He might have got 7, 8 feet after that. And I'll tell you, back when Sugar was trying to teach me how to play, this was a shot he won a lot of money on.
Forced it over, a little low as well.
He's a skip.
There, he needed it.
They're still going to be about 25. It's going to be a tester. But these guys are in a rhythm. They're loose. I expect these things to be butter on a hot roll. We're going to move on down and across the fairway. We're on hole number 14, 350-footer here at the Grange. Well, we've got down to the green here on hole 14. Sugar's, I don't know, 25 to 30 feet short, little uphill. He's got that dart, and they need this because
He missed low on the last one.
I feel a little wind picking up, too, and that'll certainly affect your brain.
There's the cuff I was looking for last hole. This one's in.
Oh, and a definite mistake there, as they had a good drive. We're well inside the circle, a little uphill. But neither putt really had a chance. Sugar's outside right the whole way, and now they're attacking Barry. As Schweberger says, that looked like one of Barry's putts, and I thought all your putts went in the basket, bruh.
Either in the basket or the front of the basket. I usually don't hit the lock like that.
Skinny gets his tap in there, and Schwebby, disgusted, wanting to take it out on anybody, chooses Schultz, and we are going to move on over to hole number 15 as it's flowing here.
That's just rude.
All right, we're on hole 15. Another beautiful shot. This is really straightforward, Barry.
There's really not much in the way, maybe a couple of hiding limbs up in the air a little bit, but this is one that I've told the Innova boys, if anybody gets an ace here, they can choose one of the covered discs from my throwing box in the car, so you gotta think they'll be aggressive.
Well, we're gonna see how they go. We've definitely had a change in the match as the old man and the local Brian Skinner and Stan McDaniel have taken a 2-shot lead here, and it is really because of the last 5 birdies in a row. We're on hole 15. We're coming down the stretch. And I'll tell you, if Team Jen wants to do something, they better start right now.
They're in a world of hurt if they don't do this.
Well, Stan, as a course designer, just continuously having a smile on his face as he sees this hole, as you are. And when these holes set up like this, it's really easy to make a good shot, Barry.
Oh, it's aggressive line. It needs to come back. A little backstop up there.
That's a little long right there, but I tell you, they must want one of them special coveted Barry Schultz discs, because that was definitely had enough opportunity. You know, and this is not like the last hole. If you hit that earth there, you're going to get the skip because we've got some hard pan up there. Not a lot of grass.
Looks like it's holding the line nicely. Very nice.
Little shadow ace. They get nothing out of the cart for that, but they will get a 2. And they keep the pressure on now. A mistake right there would have opened the door. And Sugar is absolutely going to have to throw a great shot here. We've only got 4 holes left. They're down by 2. They're running out of time and holes. Well, that looks good out the right side.
It's got to come back a little more. No ace run, but just a deuce.
Didn't hook up, but certainly ended really nice there. It looked like a rock. A lot of these guys are throwing drivers. It looks like Schwebby might have one of his patented sharks there.
See shark coming out.
Oh, that was out.
And you know, he loves the Mako too. Anything fishy, he likes.
Wow.
There's a new move. You seen him rub it on his shirt like that? Well, he's worked it.
He's coming back nicely. Too much. It was long enough, though. Nice aggressive line.
Boy, he put an Anheuser angle on that shark, and it never thought about holding it. A lot of confidence. Got to know your plastic.
We heard Barry's hot box and we wanted it.
I'm taking yours, sir. Was that a rock? Yes, it. I tried. I wasn't going to be short this time.
As he peers the dart in the left side. In the tray, pretty easy birdie there. Skinner going to move a bound back. He's got maybe 12 feet. Not going to be a stroke changing hands here, Barry.
No, running out of holes fast.
That is money, and that'll keep him 2 up with 3 to go. We're going to move over to hole 16. Another beautiful hole here at the Grange. We're here on hole 16. We were out in the fields there for the last 3 holes, but we're back in the woods, Barry. This is 303 feet, and this is a 2-shot hole.
It sure does look that way. The last 100, 125 feet. The last half of the hole is uphill and very tightly wooded. The fairway can't be much more than 8 or 10 feet wide. If you don't hit it, yeah, you're in trouble. So this is definitely, I heard Brian say it, this is one of his deuces in his hot round. So it may be a 2-shot hole, but it's deuceable as well.
We're going to turn them loose. There's a 2-stroke lead with 3 to go. And Team Jen, they needed to get some shaking and some stirring going on because they are back. And the old man McDaniel on the tee again.
This could have a little unlucky factor here. If you hit one of these trees at the entrance to this wooded gap, you have these OB ponds up in front, so you could have a little bit of unlucky happenings, but hopefully you won't have to deal with that.
That's really high.
You lucky dog.
But in the fairway. Lucky dog, as he says.
Well, that is just right in the mouth. He's got a nice little easy putter, maybe 100 feet, probably inside of that.
That means the partner can be real aggressive here. Hit the
Tell you.
line and throw it hard.
2 on this hole. Not only a great shot, but you had to have a lot of luck.
And he's got the highs working.
Just nick. I heard 7 or 8 things, and he's still on up in there, but they'll be taking stands.
Yeah, he didn't quite come back left enough. This is about the flukiest of a hole as I've seen so far today. One has been a beautiful, beautiful, well-manicured course.
Looks like he's got his team trim disc out there. He's looking for some love here.
A little wider and higher.
Oh, and that's pond just outside the pond.
Almost the unlucky factor I was talking about earlier. Hopefully they won't have to play that.
Really putting the pressure on the Sugar Man.
Which he likes. That looks like it's pretty good.
He gets on past the gap, and that is an easy up and down for a 3, or not good enough to get him another stroke, though, unless there's a mistake made.
Best shot out of the group, a little pressure on him, but is it going to be good enough? I don't think so. We'll find out.
Tell you, Skinny's got an open look, and this is another tiki hole, and he can putt this far.
It sure is. They're both in the 70, 80 foot range. You know, you can pick a line. You have a couple little 5-foot windows. You can soft hyzer, skinny hyzer, big hyzer. See what he chooses here.
That just got eat up right away by the hollies and not what he was looking for.
That Velcro branch just grabbed him, didn't let him go anywhere. Let's see what Stan can do in his absence here.
And the skinny's still outside the circle. If Stan has any trouble, they could let one of those strokes go, and that's not what they want to do.
Looks like the safe shot from his angle is the soft big hyzer here, but looks like he's flicking. Nicely done.
Oh, that's trouble, Barry. That goes long. He does not have a putt. They're going to have to take skinnies, in my
They
opinion.
may have to, from what I see from here.
No, that one
There's a
died.
chance for one stroke to swing, maybe even two if they can throw this in.
Stan tried to run that in and close the door on him, and certainly a high-risk shot. Well, this is big right here. This could be a two-stroke swing.
65, 70 footer. Tree to hyzer in front of her. And hyzer. Ooh. And that stayed nicely. Green light for the partner. And the cough comes out.
Off the tree and in.
No begging is allowed here, man.
Schwebby calls off the tree and in as it's 3/4 of the way down there. Bear's going to move around and take a look at exactly where Stan's ended up. We feel like they're going to take, skinnies. Stan's going to come in and take a look. As Schweberger and Al certainly have an easy three and could get a stroke there if these boys can't make a 35 to 40 footer.
Yeah, we need to take this.
Yeah, Stan looks and Skinny just hollers, it's wide open. Stan's not even going to go back up. He's just going to let Skinny finish it off. And this is about 37 to 40 feet, something like that. I'll tell you, what do you think of this course, Stan?
I'm actually really surprised. I hear a lot of people say some courses are really awesome, and usually they aren't, in my opinion. But this place is the daddy rabbit.
Well, that's coming from, in my opinion, the best course designer in the world, so that is high praise. Never had a chance. I was below the tray. The old man now going to have to go out here, and he's going to have to bang this. Or we've certainly got a one-stroke difference, and that brings us back to one with two to go. Big putt right here, critical for Stan McDaniel.
I was trying to play that unconfident card.
Stan never hushes up out here, and it's a beautiful thing.
If he is, there's something wrong with him. Stamp.
Oh, and you can put the lock on the door. And let me tell you, as far back as 1985, guys in North Carolina have had that happen to them all the time. You think you get a stroke, and Stan just bangs a little 40-footer just like it
Low
is.
right side, the scorecard does not take any pictures, so in is in.
Almost a miss that made.
Now, that was absolutely perfect. Sugar's up now. He's got him a little tap in. Thought they had him a stroke, and just like that, the tide turns back. And we're going to roll over to hole 17 after Stan tries to put a big lock on the door. And I tell you, Stan could have put a lock on the door right there with that big putt. But with these kind of holes, great finishing holes, anything can happen, Barry.
Well, we've seen that as evidence what happened earlier today. All those birdied holes that we thought they birdied and they didn't, and some of the power holes that they birdied. So anything can happen in these woods. Best shot doubles, it's not that easy to predict.
Well, this is one of those holes we could see an easy 2 or a tough 3 on. So we're going to turn them loose on hole 17 coming down the stretch. We got a 2-stroke deficit right now. The local Skinny and Stan McDaniel on the tee. All right, Stan making his way to the tee, and this is yet another Anheuser shot, and he really likes these shots.
Another late turner. This is one where the forehand for a righty might come into play, but Stan's pretty good with that turnover shot, so we'll see if he can get his team a look.
Oh, that's early.
Mine.
He's begging for it.
What?
That's not what they were looking for, and that's the tough 3 we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Golly.
Skinner's probably thrown this hole a couple hundred times. He knows the line. He knows he don't want to be tight. I expect him to be wide out over our head, challenging this little tree and giving that green a run.
Got a thick mid-range here, too. Looks like probably a rock in his hand.
Now, these Virginia boys love the woods, and they love the end of a rock.
Why wouldn't you?
That's beautiful.
Come on now, stay in the air, girl. That's never gonna work.
He's left himself a little short, easy pitch down, maybe even a hot put, probably 45 to 50 feet, and that was exactly what you were looking for. Now Sugar's got to reach the green on this.
They gotta get as close, the skinny is or closer, because they need strokes.
That's tight.
Fluke factor, not gonna work in his factor.
Maybe an easier up and down than where Stan's from, but that's not the shot they're looking for.
Give me a couple of coughs here, Schwebby, and a shot down the middle. What do you say?
He's going to eye it up. That's a nervous cough that he gets, and generally it produces wonderful shots. There it comes. There goes one cough.
A little bit.
People's champ here with the pressure fully on him.
The shark, is it gonna turn? It is gonna turn. It stays up in the air.
Oh, he's down. And that'll be an okay kick. If he could get a squib and a roll, and we get a little clap from our galleries, he might have got the roll towards it, and they're gonna have a hot putt.
He pulled off the shot he needed, got a chance for a deuce and getting a stroke back.
I tell you, he's got to have this one here because Schweberger and them are a little closer and got a better angle, and I feel like they're going to make that.
Yeah, keep a two-stroke lead right here.
Just sort of dropped right out of his hand, and he's put the pressure right back on the old man again. Let's see if he can really bar the door right now with a putt.
I gotta think he's loving this. I don't think he could have picked a better spot to be in, having fun. A little bit of pressure to make you focus.
I'd say he's made hundreds of these and just crushed players since the mid-'80s. And let's see if he's got another one in him. Oh, Torturance was really nice. Just needed to tweak that furtherance.
Great line, just didn't want to be short, paid the price.
Well, now we've got a huge open door. If these guys can just get through it without bumping their head, they'll get that one stroke they've been trying to get. And anything can happen on 18, Barry.
I'll have to take your word for that, Billy. I haven't seen it, so.
Well, here's that dart, and he's really been putting well today. Let's see if he can keep the pressure off Schwebby and make it himself.
Oh, man, he's been 2 inches low several times today. Come on, Schwebby, give me 2 coughs and a chain. Come on. Kind of, sort of, yeah.
I think he's comfortable. But as the people's champ just pures that thing, puts the pressure on him.
Great tempo, very relaxed. Great putt, Schwebby.
Never a doubt. We're going to move over, show you a fabulous closing hole here at the Darkside. And that was a sweet putt.
Nice tempo, man.
The Buffalo Wild Wings moment. Do we need to go to overtime? I can hit the button.
This is the closing hole. This is a magnificent hole. We got the local hero, Brian Skinner, with a one-stroke lead, carrying Stan McDaniels as his partner. And I tell you, tell me what you think of this hole, Barry. This is 300 feet, 299, straight uphill.
Well, I really like the fact that it's very clean and you have the pinch-off factor about 3/4 of the way down there, about 8 or 9 feet wide only. And man, that last 80 to 100 feet is pretty nasty. So if you're not accurate off the tee, you're really going to pay the price. It's a really nice finishing hole.
Well, we've got Schweberger and Shaq on the tee as they have got that one stroke, half of the deficit. 1 to go, down by 1. We'll see just how they finish. And Schwebby steps up first. Looks like he's got a sharp edge driver, red, maybe a leopard.
Yeah, it looks that way. It plays way more than 300 feet, probably in the 320 or 330 range.
Turn a little, turn a little.
Oh, he just scoots on the left side, kicks it just past the mouth. That's 70, 80 feet. They need more than that.
They do. That's not going to be good enough if they want to put some pressure on the other team. Let's see if Sugar can do it.
If I couldn't choose you, my friend, I think I might choose Sugar to throw this shot if I needed this shot pulled off.
Find a way, honey. Find a way. There's a lot of gap over there.
Oh, silence for the longest time, but I did catch a tree at the end. He's probably looking in the 40 to 50 foot range. Maybe a look, maybe not.
Just begging for it there. And still, they do have a hot putt. And Skinny and the old man have definitely got to finish this thing. Here comes Stan.
Stan's going to throw the pro wraith, it looks like. Imagine that.
Really slowing down on his routine.
Oh, that's looking good.
Man.
50 feet short, right down the middle. Beautiful shot.
Stan just loving it, getting the respect he's earned for the last 25 years. I'll tell you, I'm looking for Skinny to butter this thing on up there and just really finish it.
Partner did the perfect job in the middle. He can be real aggressive here, never relaxed.
Get in the hole! Come on! Come on! Come on, baby!
Oh, as he almost aces this thing. They're screaming out of the gate, and I'm going to tell you now, it's over, Barry.
That's a great way to finish. He's got to be feeling great right now.
He is a local stud. He's the best player in the state of Virginia, and you have seen why. I'll tell you another impressive fact. He shot 13 under with a bogey, and these doubles teams are not going to match that. We're going to move up to the green and let you see how they finish, but I believe the local stud has done what he needed to do. Well, we got Al Shack here, and he got skinny enough. He's got an open look.
50-footer through the tree. Well,
just a touch high. He'd been a touch low a couple times today, and let's see if we can get one more cough out of the big boy today.
I hope so. They got a clean line to the basket.
Skinny is only about 12, 14 feet long, but anything can happen.
You never know.
Come on!
Oh, and he does it again as he just forces him to have to make that putt, and the people's champ
Nice finish.
drains another.
Wow, absolutely great finish for the boys.
Stan there actually only about 30 short. I think we said he was about 50 short, not giving him enough credit.
But it still wasn't good enough because they're not using it.
I'm going to say easily the best drive of the day, one of the most demanding drives, and darn near an ace.
With under pressure too, so it was.
And that'll do it as the local stud. That's how it's supposed to go.
That Skinner was looking for compared to that start.
It was a great match here. This has been the Clash at the Grange. I'm Billy Crump, and I've been lucky enough to have Barry Schultz walk around. Barry, just give me your summation of this track we just saw.
I feel like I'm in Wisconsin playing golf right now. This is definitely right up my alley. Suits my eye. Very nice. You know, if you're going to pick anything wrong with this course, you're nitpicking to such an extent. You know, this is like Stan had said earlier. People say, go to this course, it's awesome, and chances are it's usually not. But people said that about this course, and it's true. Awesome.
Well, that's the words from Barry Schultz. We're going to move over. That's been the Clash on the Darkside at the Grange. We're going to talk to the players. Man, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope now you realize why this is one of my favorite places on the earth. Well, this is Billy Crump. I'm here with Team Jen. Man, you guys jumped off to a big lead. That was a roller coaster ride out there. Both of you love this track. Give me an idea what happened.
Couldn't hit a putt?
Well, Schweberger made a few long putts, but they were all pressure putts. You guys put yourself in bad positions a couple times, and it seemed like the dart was just a quarter inch low about 3 times, but dead on line.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just a couple putts that just weren't high enough, and that's just a capital sin in doubles, being low on putts. I mean, you got a partner backing you up, and you come behind them and you're low again, and it's just bad. It's a sin in doubles. You can't do it.
Well, the Grange, my favorite place on earth. Sure, you've been here a long time before me, and you're still coming back. Just give me an idea what you think of this property.
I can't leave when I'm here, you know. Get here, you're stuck.
Well, it's one of those places. I know you spent about 3 weeks here one time on tour, supposed to be going elsewhere, but it's just one of those places that's got the vibe. Trapasso, not only is he a great guy, but he's got some beautiful golf holes out here.
You get about everything out here.
Now, that's Team Jen. They're going to go find a little tonic right now as they lost today, but that's all right. They put on a great show for us. Brian Schweberger, thank you, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Al Shack, Sugar Man. Well, I'm here with Virginia's finest golfer. Maybe not North Carolina's finest golfer anymore, but he was for about 20 years, and he showed it today with some of that putting. Nice job today, Stan. Skinny?
Thanks.
Great job. Now, I noticed you guys chose the blind mice routine. You sent him up first every time, not showing him the line. Was there any discussion on that? Why'd you choose that? Just wondering.
We didn't do anything, did we?
just played golf.
Just played golf?
Was ready to throw.
Well, that's good. You didn't have a rhythm, and you made a couple nice putts there with the pressure on, and we had talked about that. Well, you know, you've made at least 50 of those to put guys away over the years, and you looked awful relaxed out there.
I got a rotation. About every third day I putt well nowadays, and it was today.
Well, Skinny, you being obviously record holder here, had a lot of confidence and started off really shaky, man. You really pulled it back together with you know, your fans, the Virginia people around watching you play. I know you put extra pressure on yourself. You really rose to the occasion after you calmed down.
Yeah, it was tough getting started. You know, I was a little nervous, and you know, started getting settled in. Had some shots, you know, coming, you know, down the fairway. Ended up playing pretty decent. So.
Well, the last shot you threw is quite possibly the best shot I've seen all day long. And we've been looking for an ace on the Clash, and you gave us within 2 feet twice today. So great job, and glad you were able to win on your course. Stan, appreciate you playing.
And an awesome course. You guys got to come out and check it out.
The Darkside.
This is the Grange Open. This is the Grange in Spotsylvania, Virginia. Their tournament's held in May each year. You don't want to miss this. It'll be your favorite place on earth, too. Come on down. Well, I'm here with Mike Trapasso, the owner of the property. Mike, thanks for having us out.
I'll tell you, it was a pleasure having you guys out.
Well,
great day.
The Grange is known far and wide, you know, it's known as my favorite place on earth, and a lot of people talk about it. I was really astonished today to hear the remarks of Stan McDaniel and Barry Schultz, and those guys have built and played a lot of courses, and they absolutely loved it, man. They've only seen that one track, so there's a lot more out here for them to see.
That's right.
And the word is, you've got 8 more acres coming in. You've got 57 acres now, is that correct?
54.
54
now, right.
And so you've got 8 more coming in, and so you'll be over 60 acres. Any plans to make another course or expand holes or do anything like
we'll
that?
Probably expand a little bit on the back side of the sunny side. We're gonna make some of those holes which are short already, you know, into a little bit more of a test, more fun, a little pond action.
Well, you guys can see the sunny side. Rob Zilla, local stud, he plays the sunny side, shows it off to you, and couldn't be more fitting for Virginia's finest, Brian Skinner, to do what he does all the time here, and that's win.
That's right. Yeah, he's incredible. We talk about him all the time, shooting that 13 under.
Well, we had doubles there. Best shot was a 10, I believe. So, you know, that just shows you how good it is.
Yeah.
I'm Billy Crump, and this is Mike Trapasso, and this is the Grange. Come on down. Mike's a great guy. He'd love to have you. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
I woke up late today and I missed the players meeting. I didn't know where to go and I didn't get my t-shirt. I went running around all over the course. When I found my hole, I got 4 sevens. I got 4 sevens on my score. Hard for me, cause I got a 7. Hole 2 was just as bad, cause I got a 7. Hole 3 was mean to me, cause I got a 7. Hole 4, it tore me up, I got a 7. I got 4 sevens on my score. I got 4 sevens on my score. I got 4 sevens on my score. I got 4 sevens on my card. I got 4 sevens, where's my card? I got 4 sevens, where's my card? I got 4 sevens on my card. I got 4 sevens, where's my card? I wanna know how.
Maybe it's better
to tear the shirt off and throw the hat than to punch the Benny.